Welcome to CTV News, Your Canada. It is Friday, November the 28th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
Can I do the lamp in pink? Yes.
It's difficult to keep a sense of normalcy at home, but Claude Laurence Bellil is trying her best as she waits for health updates on her daughter's father.
We're coping. It's very hard. I try to go to the hospital every 2 days. His mother goes every day.
In the early morning hours of November 15th, Paul-Henri Sylvain woke to fire in his home in Lachine. Bellil says neighbors told her he ran to each door to ensure everyone got out safely before running back inside.
I knew right away that when I was told all the burns that he had, I said immediately, I'm sure he went back into the building and tried to stop the fire himself. Like, that's the kind of person he is. He doesn't want people to suffer.
Sylvain was rushed to hospital and remains in a medically induced coma.
They're working on healing his lungs, and his trachea and his larynx are the most affected. He's been burnt on 25% of his body as well.
It's been especially hard on 9-year-old Eva.
I am sad. I miss my dad, and I hope he comes back really soon as possible.
Sylvain manages BuzzFit, a popular gym in Kirkland. But Bellil says when he wakes up, the normally fit father has a long road of physical rehabilitation ahead. She started a GoFundMe campaign for her former partner that has raised more than $22,000, adding that a West Island charity is also chipping in support.
The outpouring from the community has been incredible, like really, really incredible.
Bellil says she hopes the contributions will help Sylvain rebuild his life and focus on healing so he can get back to what matters most.
She loves her dad so much and he loves her so much, so that's the most important thing. I want him to heal, to come back to her.
And Eva says that's all she wants for Christmas this year. Angela McKenzie, CTV News.
John Cote brushes off fresh snow before tapping into a whiskey barrel. Keeping barrels outside in Saskatchewan's extreme weather is far from industry standard, but that unusual approach stood out to judges at the International Wine and Spirits Competition, earning this family-run operation the title of Worldwide Whiskey Producer of the Year.
They were very surprised and impressed with the idea of storing our whiskey outdoors, because that is totally unheard of in the whiskey industry.
That signature technique began by accident. When Cote and his wife Barb first started Black Fox Farm and Distillery a decade ago, they had no choice but to leave the barrels outside.
We couldn't afford to build a building. It sits outside, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, this actually works. And so why would you ever change it?
Cote says the barrels expand and contract with Saskatchewan's heat and cold, creating pressure changes that shape the flavor of the whiskey.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's almost like the barrels are alive and breathing.
Judges also praised the distillery's crop the connoisseur philosophy, with about 95% of their grains grown right on their farm. The owners say the award is also a win for the province.
It's a Saskatchewan award because our whiskey can only be made here because of the grains that we grow and our weather.
Saskatchewan is known for growing some of the best grains in the world for other purposes, and we should be able to make very good whiskey, and this proves that we can.
And while the award has boosted sales, they say the most heartwarming part is sharing their whiskey with the world. Stacey Hine, CTV News, Saskatoon.
It was a shard of glass from a sliding door that changed Pauline Couture's life forever.
A triangle of glass just went in under my right knee and severed all the tendons in my right leg.
That was decades ago, and over the years she's tried painkillers, had 2 full knee replacements, massage, acupuncture, and Chinese herbal medications helped, but it was getting expensive to keep going so frequently.
A low-intensity laser therapy kept me out of a wheelchair for 8 years, but then the thing was deteriorating more. What I was doing was I was just gritting my teeth, and I was crushing teeth roots, clenching so badly all day.
But last September, she got into a pain clinic at UHN and learned about pain reprocessing therapy, or PRT.
They don't have any structural problem that is causing the pain anymore. Whatever caused the pain has healed, And now it is that signal that persists in the body, alerting them that there is pain, but actually it is just the signal malfunctioning.
After just 2 sessions, Pauline decided to try walking home, but by the second light, she felt the pain coming on.
You take slow, deep breath, and you put your hand on your belly and your hand on your chest.
She made it home by herself that evening.
I can walk 12,000 steps in one day now. Like, I couldn't even have imagined that 6 months ago.
PRT is usually given for 8 sessions, and it is covered by OHIP, but because it began in Canada in 2021, Dr. Andrea Furlan says it was overshadowed by COVID.
I'd like to see Ontario declare chronic pain a disease the way Quebec has. Chronic care patients in Ontario cost 51% more every year because they go to the doctor more, they need more imaging, they use more drugs.
Dr. Furlan says PRT benefits patients as well as the healthcare system with a reduction of lost work hours, drug and other therapy costs. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Together, we will make Gatineau and the museum a must-see and a must-visited winter destination.
It's a new Christmas attraction in the National Capital Region. A new Christmas village will be set up at the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau.
The concept behind the Christmas village is to have a lot of activities, especially for the young families.
The village will feature an outdoor cinema, a miniature train, a cookie factory, and a hot chocolate station.
The masterpiece, it's an artificial 92-foot Christmas tree where you can go inside with a hot chocolate factory. Probably room for 50 to 70 people inside over there.
These images are AI-generated conceptual renderings of what the village could look like.
It's hard not to get excited about a collaboration like this that not only brings creativity, but it just brings magic.
Admission is free for kids, and organizers say the fee for adults will be less than $20.
It'll be an amazing opportunity for us to really, take advantage of winter. I mean, there's always a lot to do in this region outside in the summer and the fall. But as we heard earlier this morning, it's really also about enjoying our wonderful season, which is winter, and this is yet another way of doing that.
The federal and Quebec governments are funding the new Christmas attraction at a cost of an estimated $2 million.
Ottawa Tourism is really proud to support this event because that will give us a lot of economic impact in our city, in our region, for our local economy, our local business.
Organizers expect more than 40,000 visitors when the village opens in December 2026. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Every year, right after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, many people want to give back some of their savings to their communities.
There's been a lot of, studies done around the psychological benefits of giving and generosity. And I believe in one case it's referred to as the helper's high. There's a rush involved with, thinking beyond yourself and actually giving your spirit, your resources, your time, your energy to others.
This year, there are thousands of nonprofits involved with Giving Tuesday. Some even have matching donors to ensure goals are met, like Health Sciences North Foundation and Sioux Area Hospital Foundation.
This makes a huge impact in the amount that we're able to accomplish with the funds that we receive. There are so many examples of what we use when people are donating money, and a lot of them impact cancer patients.
Every dollar is matched up to that $25,000, and it's a great opportunity to get the community together and inspire giving during the holidays. There's so many different ways you can give. It's not just a donation, it's also your time, even something as little as sharing a post on Facebook or social media and talking to your friends about what's going on.
Organizations understand that sometimes making a monetary donation is challenging, but they say there are many ways to get involved.
Giving is very personal, and people give in a lot of different ways, whether it be volunteering, making donations, holding a fundraiser, acts of kindness. And so all of those things are very personal.
This Giving Tuesday, Northern hospitals are hoping to raise money for new and needed equipment. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
11-year-old Marcus and brother 8-year-old Mason have some fun around their family's tree of joy. Marcus has leukemia, and he and his family recently took a trip to Disney World in Florida for his Make-A-Wish Canada wish. So what did he like best?
Roller coasters.
The family from Windsor is taking part in the Make-A-Wish Trees of Joy event, where a custom festive tree is decorated for every child's favorite things and taken to the family home. As for Marcus, in and out of Children's Hospital in London for the past 3 years, parents Cindy and Adrian say Make-A-Wish is a break from the stress.
The tough times, it was, supporting Marcus, and just another way they have really contributed to our family and making sure that, we've just a breath of relief, and especially during the holidays, and really makes our son and our family really happy to be here, and that support that they've shown us over the years.
We went to Disney, and it was a wonderful family trip to not worry about anything and just be kids and a family, and this too just kind of puts all the stress behind and try to move forward.
Trees of Joy is supporting 20 children with critical illness and their families, up from 16 last year. Across Ontario, 1,200 children are waiting for their wish, according to CEO Megan Stovall-McKnight.
Because wishes are medicine, and through events like Trees of Joy, we are able to raise money to make these wishes come true because we receive no government funding. Each of these kids is on their own journey with critical illness, and they have been prescribed a wish to help support them on that journey.
The Trees of Joy London event raised $200,000 through various sponsors.
And so each of these sponsors here today has given $10,000 to wish it forward to a child who received their wish next year.
Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
Go Lions!
Ouellette Avenue was shut down between Park and University as the City of Windsor hosted a Detroit Lions block party. Fans were there at 10 a.m. ready to hang out and cheer for their team.
Oh my God, every year, Thanksgiving game, go Lions, go! Woo!
Taking the day off to be here?
I absolutely took the day off, but I did open the restaurant before I came here, so it's not all for lunch.
A special occasion for Harper Marchand, who was celebrating her birthday, cheering for the Lions.
It's so exciting because I'm gonna be here for the best team.
Playing hooky on your birthday, to celebrate the best team, go Lions.
The Lions partnered with the City of Windsor to set up the block party, featuring a 32-foot screen with a lot of activations for fans, from face painting for kids and adults to a scavenger hunt and more.
A challenge for all Lions fans that are here. So they scan 4 QR codes all around the block, and then they'll be entered into a giveaway for 2 signed Lions items.
Last year we went to the party at the Factory House. It was incredible. The NFL put on an amazing show, and honestly this year they 10x'd it, and how could you not be here?
A lot of Lions fans. These guys are all decked out in their gear, and we got one cheesehead in the crowd.
I like them because my favorite color is green, and they're really good when I first watched them, so now they're my favorite.
It's a great time. Everybody, you know what, even though Lions fans, Packers fans, and we're the same.
Hundreds braved the cold and watched the game outside. How awesome is it right now to be watching Lions football in downtown Windsor?
This is super awesome. I love this. This is an amazing time. It's a great community. It's a great time. I wish the city would do more of this.
Amazing! Having such a good time down there. We thank you guys for supporting Windsor.
Others watched from inside.
People are excited. There's something exciting to be happening in Windsor, Ontario.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
The University of Regina Biology Department is looking out for those with agricultural ponds, using their own conductivity meter to measure salinity levels.
We have naturally saline soils and we have saline groundwater that comes in, so it can be a pretty big problem, particularly in dry years.
These bodies of water are needed to feed cattle, especially in an already salty province compared to others in Canada. Finlay recalls a 2017 incident when 200 cattle died from salty water.
As things get warmer and the water evaporates, you've got a lot of salts left behind, so by July and August the water quality can be problematic. And the issue with salinity is you can't just look at the water and say, is that salty or not? It just looks like water.
A large reason is the sulfate amount situated in Saskatchewan soil. Finlay and her students are now researching how to analyze sulfate levels when planning to dig a dugout.
Sulfate can create some unique issues for livestock, but beyond that, when we get a lot of other things dissolved in the water or available in the water, it can cause some additional problems. So we've also been looking at things like blue-green algae. So whether they can produce toxic algal blooms. You think about the scums that form on the top.
The Ministry of Agriculture understands that geology plays a big factor in a province that needs to keep its cattle healthy. As long as a landowner has a premise identification number, they can receive a free water test.
Then screen out those samples to know whether it's safe or not, and if testing is high, we can send those samples to the lab to get a full analysis and provide interpretation to livestock producers to let them know if their water sources are safe.
Finlay and her students are also researching how toxic algae blooms can affect salinity levels in Saskatchewan. Damian Smith, CTV News, Regina.
Boxes on boxes of socks and winter clothes flooded through the doors of Souls Harbor Rescue Mission in Halifax today.
Socks are one of the most important things for people, especially who are living outside. You need to keep your feet warm and dry and your head warm in order to survive Canadian winters.
That makes actor Tom Jackson's Coast to Coast campaign even more significant.
To give something that is so simple and so easy for people to do. And so we love just hitching our wagon to Tom Jackson.
Anna Sullivan's Crossing star himself stopped in to hand out the first sock donations, kicking off Santa's Crazy Socks Box.
We had this crazy idea, so we encouraged people to put crazy socks into a box, and it had to find a home, and it ended up here.
It's been an ongoing project with the Sullivan's Crossing team for years, and this year they decided to take it national.
Everyone just fills it up, and we brought hundreds of socks today.
This team says socks not only save lives, but this action represents love.
It's a great word, but it's a better verb. You have to put it into action. You need to become addicted to love. I am.
Mary Crosby is a regular sock donor. As the founder of Socks for Shelters, she gives to around 10 different charities. This year, she brought 8,000 pairs to Souls Harbor.
I used them once years and years ago, and I always know that socks are the #1 thing shelters need. So I started out knitting them for shelters.
During the campaign, they're collecting socks, toques, and any winter gear. More details on the campaign's Facebook page.
Go find your box. Put the poster on the box, put it out, fill the box with socks, and deliver it to your favorite charity.
Warming feet and hearts this holiday season. Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
Sports has always played a big part in Dagmar Jamieson's life. Even when she was diagnosed with macular degeneration and declared legally blind at 13, she continued to ski Black Diamond runs.
I love skiing. That was my recharge, to go to the mountains.
As the years went by, Jamieson's vision got worse and downhill skiing was no longer safe. A friend suggested she try water skiing. Her first time out, she skied with Canada's national team. She was hooked.
I was really inspired by these adaptive athletes. And I got up on my skis, on 2 skis at first, and then I dropped a ski and I said, I'm in.
When she's out on the water, Jamieson uses this helmet to communicate with her coach. It's waterproof and allows her coach to give her instructions. Later this week, Dagmar is off to Florida for training. Even though she's 65, Jamieson has a big goal in mind.
I am inspired to make the team for the 2027 Olympics. I will continue to practice and work hard.
Jamieson's also an author. She's written a couple of books about how AI and technology has helped the blind.
These are poignant stories that these individuals, personal stories about themselves, where they talk about how AI and technology have enhanced their lives.
Jamieson still hasn't given up on regaining her vision. She says there's about 40 new clinical trials that may be able to restore some of her sight or help stop the degeneration.
To be able to see, are you kidding? I can't even imagine how that would inspire my life. I could look you in the eye. I could look my son in the eye, which I haven't been able to do since he was born.
When you have a transplant, you need to look after it by suppressing your immune system.
Sean Delaney has to take drugs every single day to make sure his body doesn't attack the kidney he received from a living donor.
I'm up to around 170,000 pills since my first transplant.
That transplant came when he was 27 years old, thanks to his younger brother.
It was a huge game changer.
Delaney has been dealing with kidney disease his whole life. He lost his left kidney when he was just a month old. The 54-year-old had a second transplant 5 years ago.
A wonderful friend of a friend who heard my story through a mutual acquaintance, she came forward and was my match.
Living with kidney disease has allowed Delaney to quickly pinpoint signs of declining health. For others, those signs come when it may already be too late. New data shows the death rate for Canadians with chronic kidney disease has increased by more than 70% since 1990.
What it tells us is that people that have kidney disease already, we're failing them. We're not detecting them in time.
The Kidney Foundation of Canada is calling for a national framework around kidney disease. They say a simple blood or urine test is enough to detect those warning signs.
So if we diagnose people earlier and we intervene earlier, then we have the opportunity to prevent people from ever needing dialysis or a transplant.
Delaney advocates for early detection. He says it honors the gift of life he was given. He has since gotten back to the things he loves most, spending time with his daughters and grandkids in the great outdoors. He had just completed a hike through Portugal and Spain, the weight of that moment not lost on him.
I walked nearly 200 kilometers. And the first text I sent when I got to the very end of it was to my second donor, Brenda, and I said, we made it, not I made it.
Delaney says he'll continue to fight the disease.
You can either let it take you down or use it as a motivator, and I choose the latter.
And encourages others to do the same. Gates Gorin, CTV News, Edmonton.
It's not unusual to find Leslie Carlberg out and about in a tutu.
Tutus are so pretty, but sometimes people think I'm getting married.
But instead of walking down the aisle, Leslie is making the ordinary, like bike riding, even snow angel making, far more fun.
You know, someone told me, your tutus represent your childhood dream that was never realized. I'm like, yeah.
You see, for as long as Leslie can recall, she's expressed herself physically, from dancing in her first tutu to growing up doing all sorts of physical things, until she received a devastating diagnosis.
I went to get an MRI, and they're like, you have MS. And I'm like, what?
Eventually, MS made it so all the active things she used to do, she no longer could.
So it can get me down sometimes.
But instead of mourning what she couldn't do, Leslie decided to start celebrating what she could, like seeing the potential of a bobblehead doing unexpected things.
So I always have dance in my head, and then I'm like, what if I do a flash mob of bobbleheads?
What if she attached raised arms to the doll and dressed them in all sorts of summery costumes before making them look like they were dancing on a beach?
It's fun. It's fun for me, and I like making people laugh.
So she posted it online and received so much positive feedback, she made spooky masks for the bobbleheads so they could perform again for Halloween.
Well, now I'm the bobblehead lady.
Well, now Leslie's commissioned cozy costumes for her cast of compact characters, set up a green screen in her living room, and focused her phone on capturing her bobbleheads dancing to an original Christmas composition.
We just gotta find that joy in life to keep going.
And while Leslie is still a couple weeks away from debuting her Yuletide musical, she's already grateful to have found an unexpected way to overcome adversity through realizing her childhood dream of performing in an unexpected way.
We need that playfulness back because there's a lot of laughter and happiness there.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.